Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yejia and today we are going to review everything that I have crocheted and knit in 2024. Also, some of these projects that I made don't have dedicated videos, so it might be a little confusing if you're only referencing my YouTube catalog. Some projects I did only make TikToks about them. First and foremost, it's not like an entire, I mean, you could just wear this out, you know, be all sexy. But this is not technically like a top in and of itself, but this is technically the first thing that I did crochet for 2024. This is gonna be a very yappy vlog, so I hope you guys are ready to just hear me yap. But anyways, I was really obsessed with this specific shushu tong dress that has this white off the shoulder bow detail and then like a cinched in waist, corseted waist, and like a fit and flare skirt. I could not find this dress anywhere, but I did find kind of a dupe for like the black dress bit of it from House of CB, but to kind of incorporate that white off the shoulder bow portion, I ended up crocheting just like, I guess kind of a sleeve, a shrug if you will. This is just the off the shoulder bow bit, so I wore this on top of the dress. I think I looked amazing. Alrighty, speaking of off the shoulder, I am very much a fiend for off the shoulder silhouettes. I made several off the shoulder sweaters. I did make an original pattern back in March, I want to say, of 2023, but that sweater pattern was very much beginner. I knew after I made that first pattern that it definitely wasn't perfect. It was very boxy and rectangular in its sort of shaping, and because of that I wanted to make sort of an updated pattern that had a little bit more shaping involved, so it'd be a little bit more comfortable to wear and it wouldn't be as boxy. And that is exactly what I did for this specific pattern. I did create some armhole shaping, which I think was really beneficial for the overall design of the sweater. Oh, and then with this specific sweater, my partner actually gifted me a whole bunch of cashmere yarn for my birthday for this past year, I believe, or maybe it was for our anniversary, which I think is so stunningly beautiful and soft. I love her. Also, I did end up making a matching little skinny scarf out of like the little bit of leftover yarn that I had because it was such a nice cashmere yarn. I didn't want any of it to go to waste, so I did use all of the yarn. I know that it was from earlier on in the year, but it's genuinely one of those garments that I wear constantly, maybe a little bit too frequently. Maybe you guys are a little bit sick of them. Next, we have this continuation of the bows. We have this bow mock neck tank because I know that not everybody loves an off-shoulder silhouette. I wanted to make a pattern that is a little bit more closed up, and so I created the bow portion to, oh, it's so soft. I love this mohair yarn. But I created this bow portion to go around your bust instead, and I feel like using the very delicate mohair was a really great choice. I also ended up making the bow mock neck tank in pink. Ooh, pink. I think she's really pretty. A lot of people were saying that it reminds them of like Ariel, Little Mermaid. They look like shells, like the bra shell cups, you know? And I can see it. That's very cute and I can see it. The next projects that I designed and crocheted this year were these shrugs slash boleros. They could probably double as scarves, honestly. Crazy yarn lady. I made these shrugs and boleros in pink and blue. I used this very beautiful silk cotton yarn and I absolutely adore this yarn. It's beautiful. It works out very beautifully and it feels so comfortable. And it's genuinely been one of my favorite like layering pieces. I love little layering pieces like this because I feel like it adds a little bit more texture and interest to any outfit. It's one of my patterns that I think is like really quite simple. There's not a whole ton of shaping to it. But I do remember that this is one of my first projects that I actually created sort of this like ribbed effect at the at the cuff. I do try to do a combination of requests from you guys as well as things that I just want to make. I think that though, like, I don't love doing requests because sometimes I think that it's a project that a lot of people are really gonna like because so many people have requested it, but then nobody ends up watching it and nobody is interested. I thought it was cool that I made it. You know, it was really, you know, a little lesson into tapestry crochet for me, which is not something that I do very often. But this is the easy crochet top that Sakura from Le Seraphim made for their easy comebacks. We love a crochet queen. If she ever crocheted one of my patterns, I think I would die. She did make this easy shirt and a lot of people were requesting that I recreate it. So I only made a TikTok for it. But I do have like the alpha pattern up on my platforms somewhere. And it's a cute top, right? But like, it's not really my style. I don't really wear it very often. Anyways, yeah, it was honestly a very easy recreation. Get it? Get it? It was easy. I'm trying to like rack my memory to see if I had done, I'm sure I've probably done like a couple tapestry projects before, but like, or like alpha pattern, pixel grid, whatever you want to call it. But this was like one of the first times I had ever really done it, and then also incorporated it into a piece of clothing. And I think it went well. We have the Lyra top and matching skirt combo. Okay, confession time. I don't really wear the Lyra top very often. Honestly, I think it was another case of creating a pattern that's a little bit too rectangular and too boxy. So it's not a piece that I grab for and style very often. I don't feel particularly comfortable in it. However, the matching skirt, I do wear very often. This is the first skirt pattern that I ever made. This is the first skirt that I've ever made, period. And I love it. I love it. I'm so proud of myself for this pattern. I think that this pattern was genuinely amazing, fantastic, beautiful, great. I'm really genuinely so proud of this skirt pattern. I feel like it's that perfect like flare, like it cinches in and then it flares, because the first time that I was trying to make a skirt pattern, I made it to be more of like a rectangular panel, right? And that rectangular panel, I feel like just really isn't that flattering or comfortable for most body types. And I really like more of like a outward silhouette for a skirt, and I feel like I really achieved that with this one, and I feel like it has wonderful drape to it. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Story time about this garment. I actually went to a Chicago craft club meetup. Meeting sounds really professional. It was just like it's like a social craft club here out in Chicago. I've gone to this Chicago craft club several times, and one of the times that I went, I actually wore this and I styled it. I'll show you the outfit that I styled it in. Here or here, I don't know. But I styled it in an outfit, and I was walking home from the craft club meetup, and as I was walking home, somebody on a bike passed me and she yelled out, outfit on fleek, you look great. And I was like, oh my god, I'm proud of her. This one I am proud of. So we're like getting through, like we're like halfway through the year now. Okay, I made these booty shorts. Ooh. Okay, these booty shorts, they're so comfortable because they're 100% cotton and they're really lightweight, but they are booty shorts, let me tell you. They're really short and my ass hangs out in them, so I don't really wear it very often unless like maybe at home, like when it was really hot. But yeah, they're cute. Yeah, I also do, I will admit, I kind of have the tendency of like, a lot of crochet garment patterns are made like in the round, or like they're made horizontally, and I personally don't love making a lot of my patterns horizontally because I think in terms of garment construction and the way that your stitches stretch vertically or horizontally, I want to manipulate that a little bit more. So this short pattern, I very specifically wanted it to make it vertically in terms of orientation, and I definitely ran into some challenges doing that, but I also learned a lot about shaping garments. So yeah, I'm not super proud of her, but she's cute. She's bootylicious. Okay, this tube top, I genuinely really adore this tube top, and I wore her a lot during the summertime. Obviously now that it's colder, I don't wear her very often, but this tube top, you can see it's kind of in a state of disarray, and that is for a reason, not just because I'm too lazy and I didn't weave in my ends, but this tube top I think is really, really beautiful. But also I made it specifically because I remember at the time I was like, there are like 5 different designs of tops that I want to make. Why don't I just try to like make one base model? Because with a lot of the different versions of tops and garments that I want to make, a lot of them are iterations upon one another, and so it can get really repetitive making the same thing over and over and over again just to change out like a sleeve detail or just to change out like the neckline or something like that. And so with this tube top, I really wanted to play around with this idea of like being able to customize your own garment and make it into, you know, whatever shape, form that you want it in. And so I tried to give a couple of different customization options. My favorite personally was this like flower rose vine chain that I created. Honestly, I feel like this would be kind of a cute little scarf. Not super warm or anything, but kind of a good accessory for that like in my hair. And I think she's really cute. I really like this purple color on me as well. I think this purple is really nice. This is another dress that I recreated. I believe the original was from Meshki, I want to say, and they were selling this as like a crochet dress when it was like clear to me and anybody who crafts that like that was not crochet, that was machine knit. Maybe the flowers were crocheted on it, so I decided to make 100% crocheted version, right? And I got quite a few comments across all of my different platforms that I posted this about, that this color blue was not flattering on me, that this did not look good on me. And I'm not gonna lie, those comments kind of got to me, and I was like, damn, I don't really even want to wear this dress anymore. I feel like I don't look good in it. But I was like, that's stupid. And it's a beautiful dress. I think I did a really good job on this dress. You know, I think that when you limit yourself to like only colors that are flattering on you, like that's dumb. Like, why do that? Life's too short. Like, play around with colors, you'll be fine. You don't have to be the hottest hottie, you know, at all times 24/7. And I really like this dress. I thought it was really pretty. Okay, this is my hot to go shirt. I was really obsessed with Chapel Rowan. I was very obsessed with her. I still really enjoy her music. I'm a little bit less obsessed, mostly because I feel like I have a new musical obsession every month, in all honesty. But at the time I was really obsessed with Chapel Rowan, and also because I had recently made the easy tube top bandeau thingy, I also wanted to play around more with tapestry crochet. This project was so hard, like I can't even lie, it was really, really hard because I wanted to incorporate the, you know, tapestry of it and the alpha pattern, but I also was making this like in the round, and this was a raglan top, and so it was a lot of calculations. It was a lot of like utilizing bobbins. It was kind of a nightmare, honestly, but I do really like it. It's a comfortable, cute little top. Like, I think the fit of the top is really nice. I just don't really wear it that often because it does say hot to go on the front, which is my own fault. Honestly, I really loved that song and that dance. It was one of my favorite songs off the album. I think that all my little details that I put all throughout, like on the cuffs and like on the collar and all that, I thought was really well done. I don't know. In terms of construction, I was really, really, really proud of this piece. Like, I think that this ribbing is beautiful, and I'm really happy with how the pixel grid came out, you know, the alpha pattern. I thought that that looks really good. Okay, let's talk about a controversial piece. Controversial only in the way that a lot of people have been requesting for a tutorial and I have yet to make one, and this is like one of the very few pieces that I haven't made like an actual tutorial for, and it is my dream dress design. It's a very basic black dress and it has all these like rose vine details sort of hanging off of it. I originally made this dress because it was like our first summertime, springtime in Chicago, so we were out and about exploring a lot of the different neighborhoods, and I feel like the architecture in Chicago truly unmatched. I don't want to hear it. Chicago's architecture is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I was really inspired by seeing a lot of like the brick buildings that had like ivy growing on the side of it. I know that it's bad for the structural integrity of the building. I am friends with civil engineers, okay? They've told me many times, and I'm like, look, I kind of don't care. I still think it's really pretty. I was very inspired by the sort of like vines growing off the side of a building type of aesthetic, and so that's what I wanted to emulate within this dress as well. I did also end up wearing this to my first ever fashion week, which was the Asian fashion show in Chicago. It was Chicago's first fashion week. That was really cool to go to, and I got so many compliments on this dress. There are a couple of reasons why I haven't made a full-on tutorial for it. First and foremost, like I said earlier, a lot of my designs do tend to be really repetitive and iterations off of one another, especially if I feel like I haven't really perfected the design of it. And so this is basically the Lyra skirt and top just combined, like in one pattern. The other difference is that I didn't actually connect the bra cups in the back. Like it's like a low cut in the back, and I think that actually really helped with some of the fit issues I was having with the Lyra top. And then I've already shown you how to do these rose vines in the tube top tutorial. I think I've also shown it a couple of other times. So like, if you really wanted to make this dress, you could piece together like 2-3 of my tutorials and figure it out, honestly. But also the other reason is because honestly, I tend to just unravel my project and then remake it to make the tutorial portion. And I really didn't want to do that with this dress. Maybe if you guys really want one, I'll think about it and I'll make a tutorial. Maybe I'll make it in like a different colorway so I don't have to unravel this specific project. She's my vines growing on the side of a building type of dress. This next top I am so proud of. I think she's so stinking cute. This is one of my, like the very few multicolored projects that I have done before, but she's my little cherry top, cherry granny square top. I was really interested in creating a series where I utilize granny squares because I feel like sometimes granny squares, especially in crochet garment making, kind of get a bad rep. But I feel like if you do granny squares right, you know, like you can make a really pretty garment with it. And so I did kind of want to dabble in creating a series of utilizing granny squares in the construction of a garment. I did recreate one of Jenny's from Blackpink's tops that she wore for one of their world tours. That was an iteration off of that top. And I thought this detail was so stinking adorable, but the tie, the middle tie closure here is cherries. They're little cherries. And this is really funny to me because I really enjoy the aesthetic of cherries. I'm very allergic to them. Cherries and apples. I'm very allergic specifically to like the skin of it, or like a raw apple or like a raw cherry. If it's like processed, like I can have apple juice, I can have apple pie, I can have cherry jam, right? Like I can have these things. I just can't like eat a fresh cherry or like a fresh apple. Definitely one of the lessons I learned when constructing this garment was the closures up in front. I used these hook and eye closures, but I don't feel like I placed them super well, honestly. You'll see that sort of theme throughout my projects this year is that I tried to work with and experiment with different types of closure methods. particularly like buttons, hook and eye, things of that nature, and I really struggled. It was really a struggle for me, and I feel like I learned a lot about it, but I learned a lot about it because I failed. Yeah, but I think that she's a really cute top. I wore her throughout the summer, got a lot of compliments on her. She's really cute. Very breezy, easy cover girl. Put the bass in your walk. This is my Dune rave top. Fun fact, I've never seen Dune. My best friend, she is a rave girly, and I am not. I don't really love rave and EDM like that, honestly. Sorry. There is like a really big EDM festival in Chicago called North Coast, and so my best friend flew in for the festival, and I decided to make us matching tops, and I think I did really great. And it was my first time like really making a garment, like a fitted garment for somebody that wasn't me, and I'm really quite happy about the learning opportunity I got to learn how to like do sizing with my best friend's top. But unfortunately I am not a rave girly. This is my cardigan. I love her. I think she's so pretty. I was really inspired by the Orson Iris cardigan. I think it was called like the Weekender or the Weekend cardigan. So I thought it was beautiful because on the top it was just like a very basic cardigan, but then it really cinched in at the waist, and I loved that design detail, and I really wanted to crochet my own version of it. And also it was my first time like crocheting a cardigan, honestly, I want to say. I feel like I'm so proud of myself for this stitch because I feel like the stitch is beautiful, stunning, amazing, super elastic, super drapey. Love her. But again, this was another one of my projects that I felt like I learned a lot more about like button closures and how to incorporate buttons into a project better, and I feel like I definitely made some mistakes with the button placement here as well. Next is not a garment, but it is an accessory, and it is my ultimate yarn bag. I don't make bags. I really make garments, and I struggled so much in making this bag, but the basic concept behind this bag was that I wanted to have a cute shoulder purse that I could also carry my yarn in, and it would feed my yarn to me. So it would be like a stylish purse I could wear and style all the time, but I could also use it as a little yarn holder, right? And so that's why I have this like little swirl design up in front. Where I really failed and really struggled was with the closure options on this purse. I used both Velcro and a little magnetic snap button, and it's like, it's okay, but for sure the Velcro would like, you know, snag on any yarn that I'm trying to feed through it. The swirl detail I think is great. Oh my god, I based this swirl detail off of my favorite yarn bowl, which was like, it was like a little sheep, and it had like the little swirl detail that you feed your yarn out of. I broke it. I broke it like shortly after I made this bag, and I was so sad because that was my favorite yarn bowl. But yeah, I based this swirl design out of it. It's definitely not perfect, and definitely made her out of scrap yarn, and I ran out of yarn, which is why you see the color blocking. Oh my god, I'm really quite proud of this one. This is my little hood balaclava thing that I made. It's really warm in my apartment, so this is a little excessive to be wearing, but she's so cute. I kept seeing the reference image for this on my Pinterest last year, and I was like, you know what? I can crochet my own. So I did. I really particularly like it because I feel like a lot of hoods for the winter, they require you to like shove your head through, you know? But this one's buttoned up, so you don't have to ruin your makeup while you're taking it on and off, which I really like. And this is another one of those projects that I really learned a lot about buttonholes and buttons. This is my last project officially of the year. Maybe I'll show you my projects in progress right now, but this is my first machine knit sweater. I got a knitting machine for Christmas, and yes, it is before Christmas, and yes, I did open up the present way before Christmas because I do not have patience. But I made an off-shoulder sweater, surprising no one, but I think she's beautiful. I loved using the knitting machine. I thought it was so fun, and I'm really excited to, learn more about it, discover more about it, do a lot more textile manipulation with it. But for my first project, I wanted to do something that I knew already kind of how the pattern went, and I feel like I did a really good job. I don't know, I think the stripe color changes, she's beautiful, she's stunning. Let me show you some of my works in progress. Okay, so this is my current big project that I have going on. I have a couple others, but I want to surprise you. You can't see all of it, but I have kind of shown this on some of my platforms before. This is a cropped cardigan that I'm working on, and it has a set-in sleeve yoke here, and then around the collar I'm going to incorporate like this really dramatic, almost like a sailor collar. So yeah, keep an eye out for this project. This is what I'm currently working on, and I have a couple other projects I've been working on, but I kind of want to surprise you guys. So yeah, that has been all of my makes for 2024. Reflecting on it, I feel like this year, I feel like I kind of wish I had worked on more projects and I had been able to finish more projects, but I do think a lot of the times I'm really quite hard on myself. But I am really proud of all the designs that I have created and crocheted this year. I feel like I've learned a lot about garment construction, about sizing, about buttonholes, and I'm really always excited to share my knowledge with you guys and share whatever I have been learning with you. And I feel like by sharing it with you guys as well, you guys teach me a lot in the comments section as well, and I always really appreciate that. I love this community. This community, we love supporting each other and helping to teach each other, and I think that's a very wonderful aspect of this community, and I'm ever so grateful for it. I think going into next year, I definitely want to perfect some of these silhouettes. I want to focus on my knitting machine a little bit. A lot of you have been asking me if I'm ever gonna sell my physical pieces, and maybe I will. I'm really excited for you guys to see my pieces that I've been working on in the beginning of next year. Also, we are so close to 100K, which I think is so cool. So cool. Thank you very much for being here with me on my fiber arts journey. I hope I add as much value to your life as you do to mine. And I really hope you guys are having a good holiday season out there. I know the holiday season can be really difficult. I hope you know that I'm keeping you in my thoughts. And I hope you guys are spending it with loved ones, or relaxing. Take the last bit of the end of the year off, recuperate, get ready for the new year. Special thank you to all of my Patreon members. Thank you so very much for supporting me over there. If you'd like to support me over there, you can get access to my supply list as well as a free written pattern. Don't forget to subscribe. We are almost at 100K. It's very exciting. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!